What's up, everyone, and welcome to a WNBA State of Mind where we mainly discuss basketball, but we love other sports. And I'm here with a good friend of mine, mentor, icon, Hall of Famer, coach, philanthropist, owner, and ODU sister of mine, Nancy Lieberman. And what a way to wind down the year and bring in the new year front loaded, locked, and ready. Nancy, thank you for the opportunity coming on the show.
Oh, no, honored to do anything with you, for you, and just stand by you and everything you're doing in life.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too. This question I'll ask you, the first one is twofold. Talk about the NCAA and its growth these past few years. And also, are you going to coach again at the NCAA All-Star Game this year in Tampa, 2025?
Well, first, the where women's basketball has gone with the NCAA is absolutely fantastic. We've all, I think if we had a wish list of where the game could go, the excitement, the advocacy, and then the fandom, TV ratings, it's happened so quick. And, for some of us, 25, 30, 40 years, we're like, oh man, where has this thing been? But everything has a process. And today's young players, they're fantastic. I mean, really, the Caitlins, the Camerons, the Jujus, Camila. There's so many great players and more. Look at Paige Beckers, and they're lifting this sport because they have been marketing their name since high school. We have known their name and we've known their game, and it's kind of filtered to the collegiate level. And really, the WNBA should be, very proud of what's happened with these young people. Last year, 25% of all revenues were Caitlin Clark related. Okay, so you can say what you want about the kid. Um, I should say the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. Is that not crazy? Have you seen that? She's on the
I,
cover of Time Magazine.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
It's
surprised at all.
dope. It's so amazing. I saw it last night. Um, but everybody has to help somebody. I mean, right? My era helped your era. Your hair era helped somebody else's era. And here we are together during this growth. So yeah, Tampa is going to be fantastic. I love what they do in that city. Mayor Jane is a friend of mine, and she's such a big basketball fan and sports fan. And they're going to knock it out of the box one more time. So yeah, I'm proud. Like, we need the WBCA, we need, the NCAA, we need the WNBA, we need former players, current players, we need everybody to rally around what's happening collegiately to make this thing a powerful, viable business that it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. So, are we going to get the opportunity to watch you coach some of this new talent? And who are some of these kids that we can look forward to getting drafted?
Well, they're out there. Some kids will come in early, and make a statement and see, well, where will I be drafted in the W? I think the fact that, we're going to have expansion is going to be very important. And like I always say to players, there's a lot of great seniors out there right now. Certainly, Paige is going to be the number one pick, and she's going to come here to Dallas. She's going to be with the Dallas Wings. Maybe that's just my opinion. It has to play out, but I see it that way. And the growth of this game, like I'm watching Juju, and I'm just like, my goodness gracious, she's amazing, right? I was, watching South Carolina the other day, and just, again, just to see a lot of these players, is crazy. And I just appreciate them so much. Like Malaysia, she played in the game here when South Carolina played TCU the other day, and it was big stuff in Fort Worth. And she played in that the Under Armour she played in the game, and we had a chance to spend a lot of time this summer, the Elite 24.
Yes.
And so I was texting with her because she had such a killer game. And we just hit it off. It's kind of cool that the younger players get to see, their sisters, their
Yeah.
pioneers or whatever the heck you want to call us. But we are a part of what they're doing. And I wanted her to know how impressed I was and how happy I was. Same thing with Olivia Miles, Hannah, Hidalgo. I
Yes.
might, hopefully I'm closed here. At Notre Dame, are they not amazing?
Yeah.
It's
The young,
crazy.
the young,
Van Lith at TCU,
yes.
Sedona. Sedona and I are friends and we stay in touch with each other. So I try to make sure that I'm connecting to that generation, not only that generation, because I want to see their success at the next level. And it's the same thing. I was at 6 degrees of separation, but I was driving the other day, and a friend of mine who's the orthopedic surgeon for UConn, she hit me on FaceTime with Paige, and Paige and I just sat and we were chit-chatting, for 10, 15 minutes or so. And again, it's just another touch point that you have with somebody who's so amazing. And not just, Goody as a basketball player, but as a human being. And I'm super excited for her to come to Dallas. And if, she knows if there's anything I can do for her, help her. I've been here forever. But that's how I am. And again, and I'm saying these things because maybe they're more important to me than they are to anybody else. But I was doing something for Cal Ripken in Baltimore, the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation, about 2 months ago. And in the crowd was at this, beautiful affair was Angel Reese's mom. And she came up to me and she was like hugging me and she's like, "You were my hero. You were the," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're making me melt." And I just told her I'm so proud of her daughter and what she's doing. And, you know, uh, the things that this young generation is doing. I mean, you and I never came down the walk with, trying to be runway models. These women are gorgeous. They're talented. They're smart. They're business savvy. But we never did the walk in with designer clothes on. Like, we had some baggy, sweats, and we just came in as ballers. And they're so sophisticated, and it's fun for me, right? Everybody loves seeing the walk-in on what certain players in the NBA or NFL and now the W are going to be wearing. It's a thing, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just the whole connection, social media has taken it to such a new level, and so I think that the Final Four is going to be absolutely fantastic. The fact that it's going to be in Tampa is going to be even better. Warm weather, social media. All of the heavy hitters will be coming out, and there'll be quite a few events to attend. So that's going to be really exciting. It'll be the weekend of April 4th, I think it is, right? But I got another question for you. Talk about the WNBA's dynamic growth and how a developmental league would be a good idea to keep relevant players home and ready for call-ups like you're used to with the Mavericks.
I agree with that. I think right now we have to build what we have. I'm thinking about I'm being systematic as a businesswoman, and I do think that's going to happen. But just because it's had this quantum leap, we
Mhm.
can't throw everything on the wall and hope something else sticks.
Yes,
Let's have this growth and expansion.
yes,
Let's have more jobs. I think by
yes.
2026 we'll have 18 teams. The
Mhm.
schedule's getting, bigger, better. The salary cap is going up. They just got $2.2 billion from the media deal with the NBA, of the 76 billion. That's a first. And let's see how that money is distributed and how it's utilized. Is it to be, solvent,
Hmm.
for every team to be in the black and not in the red. Values of franchises are going up. Um, and I'm going to be an extremist here. And I think that if we want to grow as women and former athletes, I am putting out there that the WNBA, each franchise should hold 5% equity for former players who would like to buy and have ownership in a team. I'm not saying every player can, but give people who have the wherewithal the ability to become owners of something that they were part of or part of starting. And I think that would be a great way to build generational wealth
Hmm.
for female athletes, and take us on another level business wise. And don't be greedy. I want 100%. No, we're not saying just 5%. And if somebody can put in, $200,000 or $500,000 or $1 million, give them the opportunity to invest maybe in the franchise of their choice or somebody they have a connection to. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that that's an absolutely awesome idea. Alongside, and I'll be forward thinking with you as well. You know, in regards to the group licensing, and like how can we maximize that as former players? How can we get our jerseys out there?
Well, so much of the GLA, the group licensing agreement, which so many former players has been able, to get a substantial check. And honestly, I'm on the executive board of the NBRPA, and I'm the chair of the finance committee. I have to sign those checks. I signed checks to Oscar Robertson. I signed checks to so many, the Mike Bibbies, the Allen Iversons, some of the, and you don't have to be, you know, the, you don't have to be Hall of Famers. But there were substantial players in the 25, 26, or 8 years of the W. So I think with now with like NBA 2K and you saying these current players are in there, that's pretty powerful for them. I don't know if it's going to filter down to us on that level, but it would be nice for, again, our generation to have some sort of connection to the GLA. I think that
Yeah,
would be great.
absolutely.
It could cover somebody's health insurance. And we're fighting for health insurance right now through the NBRPA. We're really working hard to give, former female players in the WNBA health insurance. That was monumental when we were able to do that with the NBA and the Players Association. Um, so former NBA players could have, substantial health
Yeah.
insurance.
I think that that would be monumental if we cross that bridge. Alongside, for me, it's not the major things. I think that uh, the jersey was, to be able to do those throwback type things, and to for people to be able to go up there and to eBay or Fanatics or whomever it is that the jerseys are attached to, and create a Nancy Lieberman old school throwback jersey, because they give you the option to create the jersey. Do you want green? Do you want white? And so those types of options. I think there's a lot of things out there that we can certainly grow in, and hopefully, this year will be the year that they wake up and say, "Hey, listen, we really need to do those things." And you're listening to a WNBA State of Mind. I'm sitting over here chopping it up with my girl Nancy Lieberman. Remember those days back in the gym? You used to come back, give back. Old Dominion, you come back and play 2-on-2, 1-on-1. Me and Medina in the gym, just staying in there all night, me getting in trouble for not going to study hall, but I didn't care. We won a national championship that year. And, a lot of it was because people like you came back You and who else was always in the gym? Angie Cotman was always in the gym that year as well,
Jen
coming
Tremblay.
back. Yeah, and just coming in and and practicing with us. Just fantastic moments. Um, Winding down. Are there any upcoming events that we can expect from you, commentating wise, coaching, Final Four events? I really think that we should do a Nancy Lieberman Klein charity basketball clinic at the Final Four. Uh,
There's so much going on. First of all, for me, I'm so grateful for how I'm treated, to be, transparent. I mean, the game has been so good to me. So I don't know that I should have a lot of complaints, but I do have a busy schedule, as you know. I'm doing TV for the Dallas Mavericks. I have to go to NBA All-Star in San Francisco, so I'm excited about going out there. I'm excited about seeing Natalie and her new job and the new W team right there, right? How do you say the name?
Valkyries,
Valkyries.
Valkyries,
Yeah, it's a great name, and that's going to be special. And then we have the Final Four. And, I have a lot of other things that, on the business side, trying to open up Nancy Lieberman restaurant and bar at DFW Airport, which would be a first. Dirk just had his done last year. And I think that would be something pretty cool for me. And for people to walk into an airport and go, wow, okay. So just trying to manage some things. And what else? The big three. This will be my seventh year of 8 coaching in the big three, working for Ice Cube. And we've expanded it by a week now. Now we're 11 weeks on CBS and X. Highest rated on CBS from June through the end of August. Almost 600,000 viewers out. We out. I don't want to say outshined, but we had higher ratings than the NBA Summer League, NASCAR, soccer, golf, baseball. The big three, it's a thing going into year 8, selling out arenas. And Ice Cube is now selling franchises, which I think they've sold 4 franchises so far.
nice.
He's the best, and I'm so grateful to work for him, with him, and to call him a friend. That guy is talking about off the chain, iconic, but he's so humble and kind, and he makes you feel like you're important. Um, he's a good man. So there's so much going on. Yeah, I feel honored. And I don't want to put too much on my plate because I also want to enjoy life, right? And the people that are in my life. And my charity is it takes a lot of time. We're going to have our, I think, 14th annual Dreamball Gala September. We're honoring Stephen A. Smith. We're also honoring, don't know if you like country music, but his name is Cafe Anderson.
Mhm.
He's amazing. He grew up with Stephen Jackson in Port Arthur, Texas. This guy
Okay.
is amazing. He's all over the place touring. So I just love that. We're going to raise $1.5 million, $2 million, give it to the Black, Brown, Latino communities. We've sent 110 high school seniors to college. Um, we have 132 dream courts around the United States. We have 5.5 million children in our program. We do racial social justice lecture series around the country at HBCUs. We're just trying to do, look, we've given $12 million cold hard cash to those, areas that I just mentioned. And we're just trying to change people's lives, right? I was
Absolutely.
I was that kid, as you know. People see me signed up and they go, ah, Nancy's rich and Nancy that. You know what? I was a hoodlink. Okay. I didn't know if I was going to kill you. I didn't know if I was going to kill me when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. And I was damaged from my childhood with no food, no father, no heat, no electricity, kids making fun of me because I was this little redheaded white girl playing basketball in the streets. What's wrong with you? Why are you playing with black kids? I was getting in fist fights every day, Goody.
I believe.
You know, it was just part of it. You know, it wasn't really until I met my mentor, my hero, Muhammad Ali, who I fell in love with at 10, met when I was a senior at Old Dominion. He never let me go. 37 years. He was imparting wisdom into me on business, philanthropy, racism. You know, how am I going to change the world? How am I going to shake up the world? So I'm the right person at the right time for the right assignment, and I'm not afraid.
Amen. Amen. We're gonna end on that one. And you're listening to a WNBA State of Mind short take with my guy, my girl, Nancy, basketball icon, Lieberman. All
You're
right.
the icon.
Yeah.
You're that people they need
Icon.
to pull some film on you. This woman
Icon.
here she was a bucket. You didn't want to guard her because she was physical, she was aggressive, she knew how to win. You talking about your championship, our championship teams at Old Dominion from 79 and 80. We were there applauding you and Medina and everybody else. And, you know, we just loved you because, right? Iron sharpens iron. And you want to see
That's what it
people
was.
great. And you're amazing. And I love you and admire you. Lucky to have you in my life.
That's real talk. Sammy Sosa, peace out.
Mad at Sammy Sosa.
Oh
Mad at you because you didn't sign with the Yankees. Not going to talk to you.
man.
Not even going to start learning Spanish because of you.
Wow.